Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are here with my new friend that I've made on the road at conferences over the last few months, Juan Vargas from Miles Partnership. How are you, Juan?
I'm good, Matt. How are you?
Great. We have had a great time together, have we not?
Oh my God, it's been an amazing experience. And every time we sit down and talk, it feels like we just need to continue talking.
I know, I know. That's why we are actually chatting before this, and we had to stop because we could have gone on for half an hour, and then there would be nothing left for our interview. But
Literally.
um, but no, tell us before we even jump into the conferences and so forth, because those are kind of fun. Is that But tell us, you're the DEI Account Director at Miles Partnership. But I would just say, what does Miles Partnership do? Who are they?
Yeah. So Miles Partnership is a strategic consulting firm for strategic marketing consulting firm. I apologize for the travel and hospitality industry. So we work with clients domestically and internationally, CVBs or conventional visitors bureaus, as well as just destinations in general who one need things like a new website redesign. They need to redo their brand, create a social media plan, and other things that are a lot more in depth, like and create websites abroad. We work with different clients, Brand USA being one of our clients, as well as many others within the industry.
Yeah. No, I think that's interesting because I kind of grew up with the internet for when I had to build my own website. I used Notepad to do it. There were no tools for it. And I say all that because what was interesting is that over the years, as I've been kind of working more on the marketing side and helping clients figure out how to reach LGBT travelers online. But with what you guys do, it seems like you've taken that's a big job. You're working with clients on not only their marketing and their outreach, but you really dive deeply into their business, including website and so forth.
We do, yeah. And that's what I love about Miles is how much we're able to do to help our clients. And also, I love that we're able to do all of it to make sure that we're able to provide one voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have uh, several consulting firms that you're working with, sometimes the voice can get lost. And it's always nice seeing a client that we work with on a full scale and see how consistent their messaging is.
Yeah. And then so with your team, you're part of this DEI team, and how does that all fit into the Miles Partnership world?
Yeah, so the DEI team at Miles is fairly new. I believe we're going on to 2 years strong. And what we do is that one, we have our own like consulting as well as working internally at Miles. But what we do with Miles is that we look at brands that are being produced to make sure that there is an inclusive lens. We also talk to current clients that some of our other account directors hold to make sure that there's inclusive language on the website. We have someone internally that works around making sure that websites are created and they're accessibility friendly. So we partner with our clients to make sure that when they're looking to work with niche markets, that they're doing it appropriately and they're working with the communities within their destinations as well to make sure that they're actually connected and it's less of a one like throwing a picture on their brand and saying it's done. So we actually do a lot of the stakeholder meetings to make sure that people within their communities that their voices need to be heard are being heard and are being included.
Yeah, wow. I think that's kind of unique. I think in that world of tourism marketing and so forth, where to kind of add that lens and that extra level of partnership to it is amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I've moved around a lot in general, and I love traveling. So I've traveled to different destinations, and there's nothing better than to nowadays with social media go online. And I think we were talking about this at the last conference we attended together in Philadelphia, which was when before I go anywhere, I'm looking on TikTok or Instagram and trying to find places that people of color visit
Yeah, yeah.
and where they feel safe and how they feel visiting a specific location. And that really helps me determine the things that I'm going to be doing on my vacation.
Yeah.
Because when you're on vacation, the last thing you want to think about or worry about is if you're going to be targeted as an LGBTQ plus community member or as someone of color.
Yeah, yeah. How did you get into that personally? Like, I could tell this is not your first time at the rodeo.
So previous to working at Miles Partnership, I worked at Stanford University for their credit union, which is a not-for-profit and it's community-based and which has expanded. But so I was particularly focused on the relationship with their Stanford student community, including postdocs, young alumni, and being someone of color and being first generation, I always thought of how can we actually help and make a difference.
Yeah.
And that really led into the DEI space because at that time so many things were happening with the George Floyd, and the financial institution I was working for really wanted to figure out a way to also take a part of change. And I had some education around DEI, and I helped create their diversity statement, which was non-existent prior to that. And that actually led to working with different communities. And I did a lot of research and just meeting with these different communities within the Palo Alto Bay Area community to make sure we got insight. So I would regularly go set up, bring coffee, take notes, and actually ask questions that I felt were important or I thought would make a difference that could, one, benefit the community as well as benefit the financial institution. And through that, we redesigned our branding, we redesigned our products to really just be able to help the communities that we were talking to and make sure that, one, they felt like they were a part of the change, and also they felt like we were serving them.
Yeah, yeah. I love all that. That's kind of tied in because I could tell that's why I was saying not your first time at the rodeo, because when you were talking when I've seen you at IGLTA at the convention and so forth, you had a lot of depth of background that you for what it seemed like you were bringing to the table. But you guys were very present there. You had a booth and so forth. But how was IGLTA for you? And there we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I loved it. It was amazing. I think, one, the connections that I was able to establish and just really just connect.
Yeah.
Um, I think we live in a very siloed society at this point based on the many different aspects that we have going on, whether it's, just things that are happening in the world, or it's just technology, or it's work, so being in Puerto Rico, one, that I love the culture, and two, being there with my group of people, like my community, and feeling welcomed, feeling safe, and feeling a part of and belonging was spectacular.
Yeah, no, I concur. That was actually one of my favorite conferences, conventions that I've attended with IGLTA. And then, but then you and I moseyed on down to Philadelphia just a few weeks later, and that one was different. Tourism Diversity Matters. That was LGBT was just a component of that, but they were much more broad based on diversity, and I thoroughly enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, Tourism Diversity Matters, the collective experience conference was phenomenal. Miles actually partnered with them on this as well. And, there was so much work and build up to the conference, and it made it so rewarding to be there and actually talk to Greg and see his excitement and, and just see how everyone really wanted to contribute when it comes to making a difference. And, you it wasn't specifically for the LGBTQ plus community, but there was a focus on being inclusive in general and how to be more open to working together. Like, what does that look like? And I really appreciated that and felt like that itself, I came home like, okay, that was rewarding.
Yeah.
Like seeing everyone come to one place and actually talking about, like, who do you represent? Where are you from? Let's create this feeling of working together and being welcomed.
Yeah, I agree. And then when I was looking up to make sure I didn't miss anything today, then I realized you were just the black tie dinner in Dallas, which I'm jealous because that's one event that I've always wanted to go to and I have not been to yet.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting some of the Visit Dallas team while I was at IGLTA.
Oh yeah.
But I live in Dallas and I moved here 6 months ago. Like literally, I was counting yesterday. I was like, oh my God, it's been a full 6 months. Time flies.
Wow.
But I moved here and I came to visit in like for New Year's and loved it. I was here for a week right before New Year's and I felt so welcomed. I kept going to different areas of Dallas that were popular and were very tourist driven. And it all felt so great. Like, you know, I think I don't say like when I respond to people and I live in Dallas, I never say Dallas, Texas. I just say Dallas. But you know, Dallas itself is an amazing place. Going to the black tie dinner really just elevated my perspective on living in this city. Seeing so many people from the LGBTQ plus community and others, so allies as well, that are there showing support and also, you know, donating and to the cause of creating community centers for LGBTQ plus seniors, things like that was really warming for me because, you know, we're all going there.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, thinking about the future is something that most of us do on a regular basis. So just being able to be there and interact with the Visit Dallas team and others that are being inclusive in the way that they think about the future really impacted me on how like I move forward really.
Yeah. I love it. Anything new and exciting we should watch for now? 2024 is right on the horizon.
Oh, so yeah, so I want to share that within the Miles team, Carla, who you've met, and others within our team, as well as within other organizations, we're looking to establish like a first generation group within the travel and tourism industry to really just talk about what their experience is, what they're doing within the industry, how they're collaborating within, you know, their organization or outside of their organization, and just really just have a place to talk about our experiences and have a group that we can meet with like during Destination International's conference, and maybe all of us have a meetup there, things like that. So that's something to look forward to, and just some more DEI work. We're really looking forward to just working closer to different destinations and making sure that anyone who decides to visit, whether it's Dallas or any other city, that we can really just inspire change and inspire for them to see themselves visiting.
Yeah. This is fantastic. And I look forward to the next time we're out there in the real world again at a conference, probably not until 2024, and we get to hang out again.
I know, yeah. As at this point, I'm like conferenced out. I think I have one more event. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I mean, like I got 2 weeks like of I'm going on to 3 weeks of no conference. And I'm like, okay, I feel refreshed. I'm a little bit back to normal. But like I went a whole month of back-to-back conferences and I was like, what?
Yep, I know the feeling. I think we were in that same boat. But
Yeah.
no, I really appreciate it. You've been able to take a few moments of your time and kind of share not only what Miles Partnership is up to, but like what you do and who you are. And again, look forward to connecting in the real world again soon.
Matt, a pleasure. And thank you for having me and having this conversation.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thank you.
So good.